I've said it once and I'll say it again. From my standpoint, the purpose of a beta, or demo really, is to sell me a game. You never get a second chance to make a first impression. And my impression of Homefront the Revolution is not a good one. I'm not someone who played the original game to coat my review with that revisionist history called nostalgia, so it doesn't bode well for this game, which is scheduled to be released in May. Right off the bat, we're forced to customize our character even though it's a first-person shooter, and I'll never see my person during the game unless I'm bleeding out and in need of a revive by Randy who'd rather just leave you for dead instead of helping you up like a Republican. Then, once you made your special ability selection from amongst the grocery list longer than that of the Duggars, and no, this doesn't include Go-Gurts for Josh, you finally get into the game. When I first saw the game, this is the face I made. It looks worse than that girl that you took home from the bar when you were too drunk to have standards. This game runs on the Cry engine, and I could say it both looks and controls worse than Crysis 3 on the Xbox 360, which runs on the same engine. Actually, Crysis 3 runs on the iteration before the current engine, but that's really just nitpicking. Anyway, this game controls like trying to pick up a toothpick with a backhoe. No, this isn't me manually trying to stop mid-sprint. This is how clunky the game actually behaves. It will randomly decide when to run, when to mantle, and when to reload. It's worse than any other FPS game I've ever played. This is on easy difficulty because I wanted to get used to the game first, so the enemies don't really seem that spongy here, but I've seen medium and hard gameplay, and the AI just absorb bullets like ShamWows. Considering how awful the game controls, trying to dump clips into enemies is a chore, the likes of which you'd just say, fuck it, I don't really need that lunch money, Mom. Besides how bad the game looks and feels, it's also riddled with bugs. While I didn't play long enough to uncover most of the reported bugs myself, I did get at least one here. Check this out. I revived my teammate here, and when he gets back up, he's simply running into the bookshelf over there and not allowing me to pass by, because apparently he's blocking the doorway, even though you could probably shove Honey Boo Boo's mom through that space. Did this player glitch out of the game? I experienced a similar issue here when I'm down, and it looks like a friendly is revving me like a car engine. Unfortunately, it appears he never completes the action, and I'm stuck staring at myself on the ground. Could it be that the revive registered on the game's end, but not on the client's end, and that's why I appear down here, and in the other clip, it's the player running into the fucking bookshelf because he's really not in the game anymore? This game is supposed to be an open world experience, yet, just like every other mission-based FPS game, there's a giant star on the minimap where you're supposed to go, and arrows pointing you in the direction of enemies. This combined with the fact that the interaction with the environment is that of Hiroshima circa 1950, meaning that there's nobody in any of these abandoned buildings, of which take up 99% of the map, but serve absolutely no purpose, only means that it's not an open world game. Why go exploring if the only thing you could possibly obtain is random beepity-bops in order to craft things for weapons which you'll no doubt run out of ammo in less time it takes you to jerk off because of how spongy the AI is. I think the element of crafting is a good addition along with taking supplies from fallen enemies, but in an open world game, shouldn't you be interacting with the US citizens under the control of the KPA in order to get clues on where their secret stash is instead of following a fucking star on a map, or how to infiltrate their strongholds instead of an arrow pointing a direction to go? Speaking of the KPA, in the most hilarious lack of awareness ever, the in-game characters call the enemies Norks, which, if you look up the slang definition in Urban Dictionary, means a furious bout of anal sex, often without lube. That exactly describes the entire game, as painful as anal. Hey, that rhymed. That should be the slogan that's on the box. The game will sell itself. Now, I know people are going to come at me like, Schwantz, this is a closed beta and not representative of the final game. No. Look, shit for brains, it's February. This game is set to launch in May. There's no fucking way in hell that they'll be able to fix all of the issues that plague this game in that short amount of time. Not to mention, check the track record on these games with betas. Destiny, Titanfall, Black Ops 3, all of these games had a beta several months before launch, and changes were minimal in all cases. Even longer ago betas like Battlefield Hardline and Halo 5, which were more than 9 months before launch, didn't have the drastic changes that are required by this game to even stand a chance. Consumers, this is your opportunity to fight back at the AAA industry. Say no to games with shit betas. This is their first impression after all, and you should never, ever put your faith that devs will clean up their messes or make things right with a full release. Just check the track record. Do these guys even have any pride in their work to release this pile of shit to the public? I'd be embarrassed if I worked on this fucking game. The new Homefront is subtitled The Revolution, and it's a fitting name considering that we as consumers should stand up to garbage like this from even seeing the light of day, by speaking with your wallet where it hurts them the most.